Nice. Very nice. All right. Welcome to Redefining Authenticity, our flagship show. All right. How y'all like that new intro, honey? We love it. Shouts out to Claudette Bay, who is our animation specialist on our logo for the show. Thank you, Claudette. We love you, girl. We love you, girl. Yes, again, welcome to season 1, episode 1 of Redefining Authenticity. I am your co-host, Kim Martin Raymond, and I am your toolbox essentialist. And I'm also the founder of Redefining You LLC, where I help my clients to realign themselves, mind, body, and spirit.
Yes. Yay, Kim. Honored to be here with you. I love you. And I'm ready to do this again. Let's go. Yeah. So I am Sheronda L. Barksdale, the vision specialist at Authentically Your Expressions, LLC, where I am a spiritual life empowerment coach, certified meditation teacher, all kind of good stuff going on here. And welcome to Redefining Authenticity. We are here today to tell you more about what we do, what we finna do on our pages. But while you are here, we want to quickly remind those that if you just happen to come upon this video, click subscribe.
Yes.
Go ahead and click that subscribe button and that notification button so that you'll know every single time these girls go live. Take it there, Kim.
That's right. And so, like I said, and if you look at the bottom of our screen, scrolling at the bottom, you will see our YouTube channels respectively. You will see Authentically Your Expressions. And then you'll see for the How Now podcast, that is also another avenue and part of Redefining You, my podcast, How Now podcast. And then again, now we have Redefining Authenticity, which is a beautiful blend of both of our businesses. And so we're going to talk a little bit about, what we've been doing in our businesses individually, and then we'll talk about what we're going to be doing collectively. So, I want to start out with talking a little bit about Redefining You. It has been almost 15 years that I have had this business. I started it back in 2015, and it started. Yeah, I've been around the block. I've been around the way. You're around the way, girl. Okay, for those LL Cool J fans, I'm from New York. I represent Queens. Okay, I'm a Queens queen. Hi. So I started the business back in 2015, and it was a couple of years after my daughter's passing. Just recently, a couple of days ago, actually, we recognized and honored my daughter who passed away. Her name was Kathleen. We called her Kitty. And Kitty passed away in 2009 on October 11th. And she had a brain aneurysm, passed in her sleep. And that's kind of how Redefining You started. It started because at that time I was going through my third divorce. And I was, my oldest daughter had just graduated college, and so I was empty nesting. She was moving up to New York in December of that year. And then I lost my youngest daughter. And so there was a lot of things going on at that time. And a lot of people were just like, well, Kim, you're the person, you're our go-to person. You're the person we would have gone to ask what was going on, or what we should do about our friend who's going through, all of these different traumas in her life at the same damn time. Okay. And so, I said, well, just be there for me. But it kind of became a thought to say, what can I do? Yeah. What can I do to help people who are not just going through a trauma or a tragedy, but who are just going through life changes because of the roles that they play? We have dreams and aspirations as we're growing up. And then we become a mom, we become a wife, we become a worker bee, all these different titles. And then as they, as our children go on and graduate, And then, we may go through trials in our marriage. We may go through different decisions as far as our career choices. And it was just like, okay, what do we do? How do we redefine ourselves? And that's where the name came from, because it wasn't just about redefining, it was about redefining. I wanted to go back and find out, what were those things that I was looking to do prior to those
Come
titles?
on.
And so that's what I did. I was like, okay, it's time to come back and figure out, and discover me, because I lost myself being all of those titles. And then when some of those titles went away, I didn't know what to do with myself. And I really had to say, okay, so where am I going? And what am I going to do when some of those things change? Because you think they're not, but they do. We have we go through a lot of revolutions. We go through a lot of rotations around the sun, and each time something different hits. Yeah. Okay, especially when we start getting into our 40s, and for me, getting into my 50s, and there's a whole lot of things that go on that I wasn't anticipating, that I needed to prepare myself for. And then, of course, the paradigm shift started again. There were other things that were going on in my life. Then the pandemic came, and the whole world stood still, and my business began to shift. And that's where that little branch of the How Now podcast came in, because now people were saying, we know what happened. This whole pandemic happened, and it canceled out everything that we were planning to do in our lives. And some people really started reevaluating where they were and having to sit with themselves, because they couldn't escape outside, because outside was closed.
Yes,
so then it became a matter of, all right, now, it's not what now, it's how now. The reason why we say how now is because it's what now sounds finite.
Ooh.
It's what now. What now? Okay, so that means that we don't see any hope in that.
Yep.
So I said how now, because it's like, how are we going to deal with what we're going through right now? How are we going to respond to this as opposed to reacting to it?
Yeah.
And that became a huge mantra for me. How are we going to respond?
Yes.
Because there's a difference between responding and reacting.
Come on.
When we react out of ignorance. We react out of anger. We react because we're afraid. We don't know what's going on. When we respond, there's a level of education. We've done a little bit of homework. We've done a little bit of research.
Yes.
And that's something that we did even when the pandemic was going on. We had to know how we were going to navigate in this new space. We learned about masks, and people started making masks, and people started doing all kinds of things to help us to make that adaptation. And we as African-American people know all about adaptation, because we've had to twist and turn and conform and do all kinds of things to get to the space where we were to be successful. That's why we continue to achieve and excel in certain things, because we sat down and we observed and we watched and we learned and figured out, okay, this is what I need to do now. So there's a lot that went on with that. So my business took a turn, and we started looking into that how now, and started working on not only rediscovering who we were and who we are. Then it was also a matter, okay, now how do we function in this new space with that knowledge? And then after that, it became the toolbox. That's where I became your toolbox essentialist, because I started saying, okay, in order for us to respond to the things that are going on around us, we have to be able to have the tools that we need to respond. Okay, just like in our car, we have our gas can, we have our tire iron, we have our spare tire, we have the things that we need. So when it happens, and it will, we're prepared. And so I was like, okay, we can't just tell people to respond to things without preparing them. Okay, we can't be great. We can't be better versions of ourselves if we don't have the tools that we need to do that. And that also involves us sometimes having the tools, but not knowing what to do with them.
Yes.
I can have a whole toolbox and still don't know how to work that screwdriver, that wrench, or anything else like that. I may not have a clue how to do that. Yeah. And that's where I have to say, okay, now I have the tools, but now I realize that I need help. And I may have these tools now, but now I realize that I need help using them. Or I need somebody to assist. So you see what I'm saying? So there have been a lot of revolutions and evolutions and things that have changed in my business, Sheronda, since the inception. And you've been around a long time. We've been sister girlfriends for a long
Long
time.
time.
And we've watched our businesses grow and evolve to meet the needs of those around us, because we realize that in our own lives there are
Yeah.
things that are changing, and we're growing and we're evolving, and our businesses have to follow suit.
Yes.
We can't remain the same, otherwise we're not answering the call of those who need us. As a spiritual life coach myself, and being able to be a podcast host and give people a platform where they have safe spaces, these are all wonderful evolutions in my business. So there are beautiful branches that have come out of Redefining You. I've got my podcast on one branch, I've got my Redefining You in the middle, and then on the other branch I have my health and wellness journey. I have
Yes.
become a holistic nutritionist, because I realized in order to be the best version of myself, I've got to be able to feed not just my spirit and my mental, but I've also got to feed my physical body
Yes.
and what that looks like. And so that's just another aspect of Redefining You. So it's a beautiful rooted tree that has these lovely three branches to it, that at any given time I can use those things. I can use my spiritual coaching ability to help those who are dealing with issues on the spiritual realm. I can use my holistic nutritionist certification to help people who are trying to get their bodies where they need to be. I've made a huge transformation in these last 3 years. 64 pounds I lost, and have made changes to my body. And I want to be able to assist people in that as well. And then I've got the Now podcast, like I said, to help people to learn to live in the now, and something collectively that we do. And this is something that you started, and that we started a long time ago when we did our Blog Talk Radio show some years ago.
Right.
We talked about being able to cope.
Mm-hmm.
And COPE stands for Create Our Peaceful Existence.
Yes.
And something that we've both done collectively. And so
Yes.
that's where I've been, and that's where I've been going, and I'm still on this journey. And want to take you guys with us.
And I'm just stepping in so I can applaud it for 1 minute. I wish I had where's the little applause? We don't have all. But I just want to step in for a second, because when I first met Kim, and she talked about redefining you, and she had a little compass and all these things that she was doing about redefining you, it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I hadn't quite gone through nearly as much. I was 30-something years old. I was still so young, trying to find first myself still. But I understood it. Like when you explained to me how sometimes you got to take that moment to redefine. It's a redefinition. There are things that are going to happen in your life where you have to create a new definition of who you are showing up into the world as, because something has shifted. And it doesn't take much. A divorce, the loss of a child, the having of a brand new child, the gaining of grandchildren, anything, a buying of a house. It doesn't have to be like we were talking about earlier, traumatic.
Right.
This doesn't have to be about trauma all the time. It's just a new shift. It's something else that has come into your life, and it makes a difference. It's kind of like there's a new me.
Right.
Here I come. And then she turned around and started doing How Now during the pandemic. I was like, let's go. Where's the tat, Kim? Where's the tat, Kim? Where's the tat?
The what now?
The tat.
The tat. Okay.
Where's the tat? It's somewhere. Don't you got the tat on your body?
The tat. Child, I'm slow.
There goes. Now.
Yes, there it goes. And that's something that our person that did our animation, like I said, shout out to Claudette. She did my tattoo for my show. She did, for my podcast. And I actually got it trademarked. I think December will make 2 years. No, February. I think will make 2 years since I've been trademarked with How Now, and I'm going to be coming to the close of my 4th season with that. And so 4 years I've been doing it since December of 2020. And so
And she brought us into through the pandemic, truly, of teaching us how do we make this new thing make sense for ourselves? How?
Yes.
And it's been a beautiful thing. And then even watching your weight loss journey and you gaining your certificate and even be able to be a part of that and just watch how you transformed your mind, body, and spirit through that. I am so grateful for you. I'm so thankful for all of your hard work. You inspire me constantly. You keep it moving. Well, I just finished a bagel. We're going to work on this next
year. That's all right. That's all right. Look, there's no restrictions. We're working on that. We'll talk about it. That's on another show.
I just wanted to commend you. I just want to take a pause and, a quick interruption just to say I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
I thank you. I appreciate that. But now, like I said, we've talked enough about me out there. We can go on for days. I can talk the whole entire time. Okay, we already know that. But I want to talk about you and your journey because, like I said, it's been one. We've been on this journey together for some time. Every time your child has a birthday, I'm like, I remember when I was buying him a trike.
Yes,
he was 3 years old, and how old is he now? 10.
Girl, up here jumping and slapping doorways. He jumping and slapping the doorways. Talk about Jordan.
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Jump high as you are tall. Don't do that. I don't want to see it. That's how big he is now.
Yeah, okay. And then like you said, we started our blog talk radio show, and then we had to take a break because your second child came on the scene. Our little Kyle. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Y'all 7 days apart. Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
7 days apart.
7 days apart.
1 week. I'm like, Lord, another Taurus in my life. Jesus.
But yes, like you said, we've gone through a lot together, and it all started with a vision party that we went to. We both went to a vision party a long time ago.
We were at my vision board party.
It was your vision board party. Yes, it was a vision board party. And that's where we met. That's where we met. And you see, and here she is, still a vision specialist. She was there, helping to talk to us about how to write our vision and to make it plain and to talk about what that looks like. And so tell us a little bit about your journey. That's where we went. So tag your it. So
tag your it. Tag your it. Run your it. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Tag girl, tag. But yes, authentically your expressions, since I was a child, let's be honest, I've always had this little flip mouth on me. I just have always had this realness about me that just kind of says what comes up comes out. That's what the old people used to say. What comes up comes out. And so I've always tried to remain fairly true. You tell your little lies here and there. But the one thing I learned through lies and honoring my truth is that my healing comes from what I can acknowledge to be true. So the more I can be honest, the more I can heal. And once like you were talking about, that's a very specific journey. And you cannot go on this journey without spirit taking you through it first.
Oh, yes.
Spirit's going to take you through it so you want to reach thousands. Okay. Let me show you something. You remember dude, what was his name? The Fire Marshal Bill. Let me show you something.
Yes. And let me tell you something.
That's how I feel like Spirit was saying. And so one of the things, and y'all know if you know me, you know that I've been inspired by Iyanla Vanzant. And one of the things she says that always rings true for me is call a thing a thing. Call a thing a thing. And that's what authenticity comes down to. Yeah. If I call my child in here and say, go get that thing off my dresser, there's like 20 things over there. But if I say, go get the light bulb in that bowl or go get the scissors on the side, he specifically knows what direction to head into, how to pick it up and bring it to me. People struggle with calling a thing, so they struggle with their healing. And so once the Spirit was able to show me that about the girl right there, once Spirit showed me that I was avoiding a lot of my own truths, and I had to work through not changing them. Healing through authenticity isn't about changing the mask that you actually have on. It's about you even identifying that there's a mask. It's about you even knowing that there's something there that you faking the funk about. We don't have to do nothing about it.
Right.
Because that's not the problem. The authentic part is I lie about my age sometimes. I lie about how many people I slept with, or I lie about to myself about how much somebody hurt me.
Mm.
So one of
Mm.
the things I specialize in is shadow work. Because when we talk about embracing and reaching and taming the shadow itself, is going into the mind and going into those spaces when we were 0 to 8 years old. That's
Mhm.
where Carl Jung said that's when we first started having our minds shaped into what we should believe about ourselves and the world. Not just about ourselves, but what the world looks like through those eyes from that 0 to 8 year old child.
Right.
From that point, from 8 and beyond, that's how we see the world at that point. So he said we're molded. So when we do shadow work, we go back into those ages and see just what did you go through? Were both parents there? Did you lose a parent during that time? Did you lose a sibling? Was it wonderful? What was going on there? Were you spoiled? Because shadows could come from that too. And so
Mm.
when people are struggling with something that's happening in their adulthood, I generally 99.7% of the time could go touch whatever's going on at 0 to 8 years old, and we can identify how it relates to now. And if you can embrace that truth, not that we got to change it, because who could go in the past and change it?
Right.
Nobody. We can't go back there and change it. But if we can acknowledge that experience has shaped who I am, then now this new experience I'm about to have next, I can shape it. Because I don't have to believe nothing that was taught to me from 0 to 8. Except for the good stuff that I want to hold on to, at least. I want to hold on to something. You can hold on to that. But we have to identify, call a thing, and go back into that space and find out who we are. So that's where the birth of Authentically Your Expressions ironically came through the pandemic. Well, I was probably working on it before the pandemic actually started, but I became incorporated May 28th, my birthday, 2020. And so
Yeah.
she's been around 4 years now.
Yeah.
Authentically Your Expressions, teaching everybody how to authentically express themselves.
Yes. Yes. And some other things came through there too. Okay. Like what I'm doing. Smile.
Smile. So
Yes.
yes, Smile is my online school that I want to get back open next year after losing my husband in March the 2nd, 2022. Look,
Two.
I'm looking at you like
22.
March 2nd, 2022. I kind of had to slow things down a little bit. Grief, it chases after you a little bit.
Yes, it does.
You'd be holding on to them ankles like, come here, girl.
Yes, it does.
But 2025 is going to be a new powerful year. And I truly believe we'll be able to open our school because SMILE stands for the Self Mastery Institute for Learning Empowerment.
Love it.
There is never a point in our lives where we shouldn't be learning empowerment.
From our wound to our tomb, honey.
From our womb to our tomb. So SMILE has been an absolute gift to me from God and has been a gift to many people. I still am in touch with many other people who have come through there. I also do one-on-one coaching. I also do relationship coaching, which I love. And I'm going to be doing this right here with Kim. Redefining Authenticity. We're going to teach you how to redefine your truth and being okay with it. You don't have to be embarrassed about nothing. People are hiding more stuff in their little closets than you will even believe. Teaching y'all each week, each couple of weeks until we get to where we want to do it more frequently. How do you redefine your truth?
Yes.
So you won't feel Kim, there are so many people in life right now who feel so lost.
That's right. That's right.
They have no clue who they are.
Right. Right. And they need to, and we need it. They need the vision. Like I said, what is your vision for your life? What is it that you want it to look like?
Yeah.
In the space that you're in.
Yeah.
And I think we have to get to a place where we're not comparing ourselves to other. And we know that to others, social media will draw you in. You will spend so much of your time trying to compare yourself to everyone else.
Yes.
And not realizing that the person who you need to be, compared to is yourself.
It's yourself.
What are you seeking to do in your own life
Mm-hmm.
that's going to take you to the next level. And it doesn't look like anybody else's because there are different variables. Both of us have gone through grief in different ways.
In different
Yours
ways.
through your husband, mine through my daughters. It's different. Yes, it's grief, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's
And the
not.
one's not better or worse than the other. It's grief.
They cannot be compared.
They can't be.
You
They're
know.
not supposed to. They're not
Yes.
supposed to. And
Same
people
thing.
try it, girl.
You learn that through your. You definitely gonna learn that through your wellness journey. Okay. Because me and my girlfriend can be the same weight, and she looks like an hourglass, and I look like the letter P. It just it's different. It's different. You cannot compare yourself. Nobody can be you but you. Isn't that what the song says? Nobody can be you but you. Okay. That's what they say. Nobody can be you but you.
Yes.
So I'm only working on being the best version of myself. And the beauty in this show, and that you'll find out about Sheronda and I, is the transparency and the authenticity, because neither one of us have arrived to our destination yet.
Yeah.
Just like she's talking about through redefining you, and there being a compass as part of my logo for that.
Yes.
Because sometimes we're in that state of recalculating. We just going around in circles, or we keep going down that same street. They keep saying that's a dead end. It's a dead end. Why you keep going down there?
Yeah.
The dead end didn't open back up. But we also know that at times, sometimes that dead end does. Yes. We don't know.
And Kim, real quick, we got a couple people on our live. Make sure y'all click and subscribe. Make sure you turn that notification button on. And make sure you say hi in the comments. We want to say hi.
We want to say hi back. We want to be like, what's up? What's going on with you? Because we never know where in the world I am. I travel a lot. I am Carmen, San Diego. Honey. I am in Dora the Explorer. Pick one. Okay, because I always got a backpack on my back somewhere. I was in Chicago earlier this week. I'm in Virginia now, and just got here a couple hours, about an hour ago. So yes, there's always something going, moving and shaking. I'm always about trying to be somewhere, doing something, training and what have you. There's a lot going on, but it's always going to be about transparency. The one thing that you will find in Sheronda and I are that we are transparent. We're going to tell it to you straight, no chaser. We're going to tell you when things are going on in our lives, because there's always something that's happening. And we want you to know that we're experiencing those things as well. Mm-hmm. The pandemic brought a lot to a lot of people, and it took us to a place where we have to ask ourselves, well, what are we doing? Where am I seeking to go? What are my next steps?
Yes.
And then look at what's coming up. In less than how many days do we have left before the election?
Man, less than a month. And look, Kim said we're transparent. Let me say something real quick. I feel like Bernie Mac. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. That's Bernie Mac all day long. I'm not scared. I used to be. Yeah. And sometimes, people have the impression about some things that I post that I'm worried about the opinion of others. And that's not where I be. There's a few people. There's a Kim that I might be concerned about her opinion about me, but that's because I'm in collaboration with her. There are certain things but she wouldn't be bothered with me if she didn't trust me. She know me get on here and talk, flip at the mouth. Kim has known me too long to know I'm gonna be cussing, but I'm gonna be telling the truth. And that's just who I am. And I know Kim's gonna shoot it straight from the hip. And don't get her started, because Jesus.
Never shut up. Okay,
but that's
time.
That's we became ministers together and everything, but I think our mission through Kim's toolbox and my vision specialty is giving you the opportunity to be free. Yes. There's a freedom in gaining these tools and creating a clear vision for your life that allows you to be free to be who you are. Yes. My fear isn't being me.
Right.
I get agitated by people not letting me be me. Now that's true, but I'm gonna still do it.
Right.
I'm gonna still do it, and we're gonna still do it. We're gonna still show up, and if we can't show up, we're gonna be okay with not being able to show up, or whatever needs to be true. Me and Kim, we have learned to operate brilliantly, in showing up for each other and ourselves that way. Yeah, and that's what I think makes this whole thing really special about moving forward. Hey, I keep seeing y'all pop in and out this room. I'm hoping to see some some
Right. It shows you up there looking. They looking. And I'm saying, okay, you looking. You come and say hi.
Say
Come
hi in
something.
in that chat. Y'all know I like to talk to y'all and
Yes.
say hi. But yes, this is a safe space.
Yes, it is. Yes,
As
it
far
is.
as a public forum can be, it's a safe space for us to
Yes.
support your journey in redefining your truth through
Right.
authenticity. This is where
love
you
it.
come. This is where we're going to do it. We're going to come with some topics, and if there's topics that you all want to talk about,
Absolutely.
open your damn mouth, put it in the goddamn chat.
Right. They say closed mouths don't get fed.
Closed
The whole
mouths
point
don't
of
get
it is we definitely want to be able to touch on some things because there are a lot of things that we've experienced. You know, I've been blessed to be on this planet for 54 years. I'm coming up in May. Look, I'm about to be double nickels. What? Let me tell you something about aging. Let's just take a side track because I'm going to take my license and I'm going to be playing it like a spades girl. I'm going to be playing it like a joker. Let me tell you, she know I love me some Goodwill. I love going to the GW. Ever since I lost all this weight, I done had to change my wardrobe. Okay. So I be going to the Goodwill to get some clothes like that because I'm still on that journey. But honey, on that Tuesday when they had that little senior discount, they be like, are you 55? I'm like, almost. I'm like, are you checking? And they be like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I got another year. Wait till May. I'm going to be like,
it's on a popping.
I'm gonna throw the license down there like, okay, give me my 25% off. Stop playing. Okay, I'm gonna get everything. I want the coffee. I want the free, whatever they giving. I'm getting.
Yes,
okay. So I'm putting up on that double nickel. So I've been around the way for a minute. So there are some things I can talk about. Menopause, all that. Don't even start me. Okay, don't even start me, honey. I went 11 and a half months.
You see it?
And all of a sudden, I see you, G. What's up, honey? Good evening. Love. Okay. Like I said, honey, 11 and a half months. Cycle came back, everything. So the menopause is not quite there. I'm still in perimenopause. Don't start me on that. That's a whole
other episode.
Baby. Okay, so look, because you never know what's gonna come out because my mind not right. I'm not right. My mind's not right because I get the brain fog and everything, all of that. So come on, perimenopause friends, y'all come on in and sit on the couch with me because I'm in the scuffle. It got me in the headlock, and so yes, there's a whole lot of things that are going on that we're going to talk about. And so y'all gonna get some topics, some things. We're gonna have y'all in stitches, okay? Because the ridiculousness of some of the things that we've experienced, and then some of the things that we're in this journey together.
And we need a good laugh about it, but we definitely will address it. When things are very serious, we're there.
Yeah.
We show up wherever what the space requires. That's where we come in. There are going to be some very serious topics that we're going to have to address. Right. And trauma is definitely something I specialize in as a life coach, as far as I'm allowed to in life coaching. Yes. And we're definitely going to touch all those little different subjects, whether it's relationships, whether it's health, whether it's growth. Kim, talk a little bit about the challenge you're doing next year, the 365.
I am going to be doing a 365 challenge, and it's going to be about based on a curriculum that I created called Trimming the Fat. And what that is trimming the fat physically, mentally, and spiritually. Like I said, we want to make sure that we're touching on all of those things. Okay. Mm-hmm. Just like I've been adamant about my health and wellness over these last 3 years. I started my journey back on Labor Day in 2021 and, have been working through this and trying to make sure that I'm eating the right things and that I'm doing the right things for my body. So just like I've been laser focused on that, what about that daily bread? Like Sheronda said, we're ministers. I think in February it'll be 6 years since we were ordained as ministers. And so what happens with that is that I think about the Word of God. I think about our daily bread. How are we feeding ourselves our daily bread? They say, as the deer pants for water, so should we pant for the Word of God. We should, what are we doing to feed that spiritual part of our bodies? Just like we are so laser focused on that physical, what are we doing to take care of our spiritual body?
Absolutely.
What are we putting in that spiritual toolbox that we can reach back to? And that involves the promises of God. What are the things that He's told us? What are the things that He's promised us in His Word that we can reach back for when we're faced with adversity?
Yes.
Then we
Yes.
also talk about mentally. What are we doing? We hear on social media all the time. I was today years old when I learned this or that. What are we doing to create platforms for learning? For as my dad says, broadening our base.
Yes.
We want to talk about, you can't be stuck if you're constantly doing things. What are you doing? What certifications are you looking to pursue? Like I said, when I found out about my health and wellness and I wanted to know about what was going in my mouth and what it was doing, that's when I went and looked up, being certified as a holistic nutritionist, because I wanted to learn about that. What is something that you haven't learned about? That was something that was the premise behind How Now too. Introducing people and giving them just a little taste of something that they may not be familiar with.
Yes. So how will people be able to get involved in the 365? What are you going to be? How are you going to? Is there a specific platform you're going to be doing? Or are you just going to be doing little short videos every day?
Some of it is going to be through the How Now podcast.
Okay.
But what my plan is to be online in some capacity every day.
Ooh,
Stay and that's the challenge. Look, we gonna be in the scuffle, okay? Because the one thing that I don't play with is accountability. And sometimes we have to be accountable. And look, real talk. Sometimes when I get home and this bra come off. Okay. People who know me, I had some dental work. When these teeth come out, I'm just gonna keep it real. I keeps it real. I don't care. Okay.
Nobody want to do that.
When it come out, I'm not putting nothing back on. So all right, to catch me when you can. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be a commitment, but it's one that I want to make because I want people to know that every day is not going to be, you're not gonna be on 10. You're not going to be SpongeBob. I'm ready. I'm not ready every day.
I'm not ready.
And I want you to be on that journey with me because, it's just going to be about, okay, what are we doing? What am I going, I already have the physical part on lock. 5:30 every day. I'm doing my exercise. I'm eating my egg whites. I'm eating my protein. I'm doing my things like that. Every day I'm getting online. I have a program that I go to that does a scripture verse for me. Okay. Every day I'm looking to say, okay, what is something else that I can learn in my career, in just in life? What is something I'm curious about? What books am I reading? And sharing that information with you all. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be doing. But it's a 365 challenge because what it is that we don't always, we start out strong. Think about the new year. Everybody talks about, I'm going to do these resolutions and all these things that I don't believe in now in resolutions. But it's just, what are you going to do continuously for 365 days? What is it that you're going to commit to doing something, a little something, even if it's 5 minutes, mentally, spiritually, and physically to feed yourself so that it becomes a habit. And then when it takes 66 days to create a habit. And once it becomes a habit, it's second nature. You get up and you start doing it automatically. It shouldn't be something that you're doing for a set amount of time, or you're just going to do it for 3 months and then you're going to fall off. What are you doing to fill those toolboxes so that when you get to that point where it's like, not today. Sometimes I'm going to have to draw on it. Lord, just give me the strength today to just get on here and just say hi. If that's all I got, that's all I got. And that's all you. So that's going to be it. The challenge is going to be challenging you to commit to something for an entire year, not just a few months, but an entire year. And that means you're going to have to pace yourself. Don't try to do too much too soon. Just a little bit at a time. And I'm going to walk with you on that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Spirit landed something in my belly about a 365, but we still talk about it because I know me. I might be able to do the 3-6. I'm working on my focus.
Right. You're working on 5. I got 5 on it. I got 5 on your 36. Okay.
Yeah. Something definitely, and I'll definitely next time we do our next show, I'll let y'all know for sure. I'll be prepared to talk a little more about it.
Because it's a lot. Look, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. That's why I started right now. Because I'm like, okay, it's October. I got 2 more months to get my mind right. Because that's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
But it's doable. It's doable. And we'll support each other through it.
Yeah, and it's just how. Again, everything for me is how now. How are we going to do it? What is that going to look like? And I'm still working through that. I'm still
Okay.
working through that because everything is about processes. Sometimes it's a process
Mhm.
to get to where we want to go, and then life be lifing.
Yeah, and that part, that's the only it for me. That's all.
Period.
Just trying to move, navigate, and I have such young children too. I have a 5 and a 11-year-old. For those who don't know, and their lives are always shifting. When you have children that
Yes.
young, you don't. It ain't about your life. You have to shift how they shift first,
Right. Right.
and then you get to do what you need to do. So
Yeah.
some days, every day doesn't look the same. Although have a pretty steady schedule, they know what to expect. That's one
Right.
thing I'm proud of with my children is they know, they already know what time bedtime. We look. I made up a song when they were babies. It's bedtime. They start singing it. They know.
Okay.
They know at 8 o'clock. It's bedtime. Everybody
That's
walking through the house in the line. It's bedtime.
okay.
Okay, we know what
Okay.
to do. But
Yes.
sometimes for myself, as adults, it's harder to be a little more. And that
Yes.
might be a conversation we talk about too, the ability to be able to stay focused. And that's part
Yes.
of the whole point of 365. So yeah,
Yeah. Because you.
I'll go back to the throne about it.
You know how I am. I still got a little bit of type A in me. I'm that checklist queen. That
She's
what?
the checklist queen, yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's why
Okay.
I love. That's why we work well together. I flow, and she keeps me in order. That's it. I take on the flow. She
I
keeps
got to
me in
be
order.
on time. I can't always keep my mouth shut because I'll be running it forever because there's a whole lot of things going on up here. And sometimes I'll be vomiting on people with the words,
Hey,
and she has to reel me in. But we know this. Those who know me know that they be like, all
we
right, Kim,
make
come
it
on back.
work,
Come on back. I get excited.
and that's authenticity, right there.
Yes, that's it. But I'm type
Yes.
A. I'm
So
that
does
checklist.
anyone have any questions for us? We have a couple of people in. Those who may watch this after the fact, please feel free to leave comments. We will come back.
Yes.
Kim, do we need to make sure we both put our links inside the comments so they can follow us both? I want y'all to be on both of our
Yes.
pages
Please
because we're
follow
both.
both. And like I said, they're scrolling along the bottom of the screen, hopefully slow enough and consistently enough that you can grab that because I don't remember it. Let me tell you something about my memory. Doesn't exist. Doesn't. I have sticky notes everywhere and I have alarms that go off and things like
Yeah, I
that.
have to do that these
But
days.
it's amazing. Certain things I'm committed to
There we
and
go.
certain things I'm not. There go. Come on, sis. Okay, look. Come on, technology. So
Let's
yes,
go.
they are there. Please make sure that you like, follow, share, and subscribe. All right. Check out our websites. Mine is www.hownowpodcast.com or www.redefindingyou. Let me give you the right one. Okay. I do the show every week. So you're going to get a little blend and mix of all of that. But it will take you to the same site. It's www.redefindingyou.com. And that will take you to my website, and it'll hook you up with the How Now podcast. It'll hook you up with the YouTube channel and a playlist there, talking about my wellness journey and all that good stuff. So
yeah, there we go. There's both YouTube pages. Please click subscribe, turn on your notifications. We're going to get these pages popping because when the call is to heal, the call is to heal. You can't limit yourself. I can't keep still, even though I be thinking I'm just not going to do nothing for a little while. I'm still have the urge to write a book. I still have the urge to do a podcast. I still have the urge to have clients, even when you think you're going to take a minute. And I feel like I've taken a minute too long. I'm ready.
Right. And that's what happens. I think we're getting into a space of manifestation. There are a lot of things that are going on. And like I said, the political climate, the social climate is changing.
It's changing.
And we don't know what's to come in these next couple of weeks. Because like I said, it's coming upon us. Election day is coming upon us. I hope that you rock the vote. I am a big proponent of rocking the vote, talking about your voice and having a say. Please, that's going to be my little sidebar soapbox issue. Go out there and rock the vote.
Yeah.
Otherwise keep your mouth shut. I don't want to hear nothing about it if you haven't, at least tried to, say something, let your voice be heard.
Yes.
And whatever manner after that, any other way that you choose to do, that's on you. But I'm just like, rock that vote. There are people who
I ain't gonna say that. Vote for my sorrow. Please vote for us, Sarah. We don't play that in the streets. Please vote for my Sarah right now.
Okay.
That's
And
what I
that's
got.
we got no,
She's
we
so
got yeah.
diplomatic. You're supposed to be like that. I'm supposed to,
Yes.
we doing our thing.
That's
But do you
it.
have any closing words for them about this? And then I'll follow it up and we can wrap this thing up.
Sure. Like I said, I want you to share. I want you to start, looking at that person in the mirror. Sometimes we look in the mirror and we've got so many things going on that we're looking at everything that's going on behind us in that mirror and we're not looking at ourselves.
Yes.
And if we want to talk about authenticity and we want to talk about redefining ourselves, it all starts from within.
Yeah.
We hear this consistently. Everybody's talking about self-care and talking about self-reflection and talking about self-love. We have to get to that space where we're falling in love with ourselves again, developing that relationship with ourselves one more time. And what does that look like for us?
Yeah.
What is it that we want to accomplish? What is it that we're seeking to do? And some people, it's just a quiet space, a place of solace. If things are going on and things are hectic at home and they're hectic at work, I think, where's your peace?
Yes.
It starts with protecting your peace. And we're going to give you the tools to be able to do that, to protect your peace, or at least to honor your peace, to honor who you are, and to figure out where it is that you need to go to find the help when you can't do it on your own.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be about that journey. And like I said, I plan on being your toolbox essentialist, to be here to help you to find those things that need to go in those toolboxes so that when you get to that point of contention, you can reach into that toolbox for exactly what you need, for exactly what's going on in your life. And we look forward to doing that. All right, Sheronda.
Amazing. So my hope, my intentions, my desire behind this channel is that it touches and reaches all the people who are ready just to live a life that looks most like themselves, that really you get to show up every day as your true, most authentic, unapologetic self. You don't care, not in an asshole way, a little bit. Yes, I lied. A little bit, this much asshole, but a whole bunch of I can't. This is who I am.
Right.
If I am a jerk, maybe I need help with not being a jerk. Or if I am this, maybe I need some help. But you could finally acknowledge what's keeping you from that healthy relationship, what's keeping you from making that money, what's keeping you from that great job or from completing those tasks. That each time you come to this space, you're learning a little bit more about yourself so that you can gain a new coach. You got 2 life coaches right here who do life coaching, one-on-one sessions, will gladly help you walk through the space, or just come here for free.
Right.
Because if you come to my inbox, I charge money, but it's a gift. This is my job. But here, I will give you everything I can. I'm just messing with y'all. Not really. But for real, here is a space that you get to come to and gather information that you need to make that decision, whether it be with us, whether it's a therapist, whether it's with a different life coach. But you can start identifying, I am keeping myself from the bestest parts of life because of X, Y, and Z reason. I'm here to be your vision specialist. To help you create a clear vision of what life looks like, not just a vision board and, oh, that's so cute, but creating a vision board so that you can create actionable steps so that you actually start walking towards the life you say you want. And that's what we're here for.
Right.
Redefining authenticity. We love you. We're grateful for you. And just be here.
Come on back. Join us.
Join us and go watch the replay about 5 more times.
That's definitely. Like, follow, share, subscribe. Okay, let's do this. All right, guys, until we see you the next time, I say peace. All right.